How do I look? Pretty great. Well, hello guys and gals that used to be guys and guys that used to be gals and anyone who identifies as a fridge, etc, etc. You join me at Luxemont Lake. It's actually my own lake in France, and it's the first time I've been out here for a while. Here with my good mate Ed the Turk, and I'm fishing down in a swim called Red Tree, which is right down the far end of the lake. There is a bitter southerly wind blowing straight down this end of the lake, so probably not really the best place to be, but there was a bit of work that needed doing in here, so I thought I'd set up here and get the work done while I'm fishing. Ed's fishing up next door to me in the double swim called Orchard. And yeah, we got here yesterday. There was a group of anglers on, so we had to wait for them to pack up and go before we could get ourselves sorted, and they had quite a slow week, to be fair. They caught a few and they had a few good ones. One of the guys had a 47 common and a 56 mirror. A couple of the others had decent 40s as well, so they caught some good ones, but it did fish quite slow last week and the week before that, to be fair. Since this cold snap's come in, it's slowed things down considerably. We got the rods out yesterday, and I caught one during the night, just under 34 pound, 33 pound 14 ounces, nice plump mirror. And Ed caught two. He had I've got to try and remember the weights now, 33.7 and 35 pound on the button. And they both sort of came early hours of the morning, really, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. All the bites were around the same, all within a couple of hours of each other. And it was chucking it down with rain during the night, so we popped them in the slings and did the photos and that when the rain stopped this morning. It's okay, the weather's okay. When the sun comes out, it's pleasant, but as soon as that sun goes behind the clouds, that wind has got a real bite. So whether that's going to slow things up for this week, like I say, it's not been fishing brilliantly anyway, but hopefully we'll catch a few more, and I'll keep you posted while we're here. I just thought it would be nice to do a video while I'm out here, because I haven't done any filming on this lake for a couple of years now, and it would be nice for me to look back on, but also for you guys to see how the fish have come on, because it's they've come on really well. You know, the average size has really flown, and there's, I think we had something crazy like 44 different 40s caught last month, so that, you know, they've really pushed on, and there's a lot of good 40s now, a fair few 50s, so hopefully we'll get a 50 to show you this week. That's what I'm hoping for. Certainly some 40s, but it'd be nice to catch a 50 or two. And we've got Raymond, my Dutch friend, joining us. He's turning up late tonight, so he'll start fishing tomorrow, I guess. He's only here till Friday, so he's here for 5 days. We normally have a social this time of year, but the other guys that normally come out, Andy and that, they couldn't make it this year. I think Malcolm will hopefully put his rods out for a couple of days, so hopefully we'll get a bit of him on camera as well. During the days, that most of the bites have been coming at night time recently. This swim that I'm in does tend to do the odd day bite. But I don't think there's loads of fish down here at the moment, if I'm honest. We've not been seeing loads, but so during the day, to sort of while away the hours, we've been doing a bit of roach fishing, and we've been catching some awesome roach. I suppose the biggest one we've had is about £1.4, £1.6, something like that. We're going to weigh a couple of the bigger ones. We've got them in a keep net. All the roach get moved to the lake across the track. There's a farmer that owns a lake across there, and he likes float bashing, so we'll go and put all the roach over there. I like to get rid of anything out of here that is going to eat carp food, so perch and pike will go back, but anything else we catch, he has them in there, because like I say, he likes sitting there with a float and catching them. I should say, Ed, also, the roach fishing died earlier on. There was obviously a pike in the swim, so Ed flicked a live bait out and caught a pike as well. So we're having a bit of a specimens kind of day at the moment. We've set ourselves a target to try and get up to £50 a roach this week, and I reckon we're probably on we only started yesterday evening. I reckon we're on £30 already, so the size of them is a lot bigger than I expected. I mean, the average is sort of 8 ounces to 12 ounces, I should think, the roach we've caught, and we've caught quite a lot of them. So yeah, we'll weigh them up. I'll put some of them on camera just so you can see the sort of stamp of them. We keep a load of whip poles and things out here for the guests, so if you are coming out and you fancy it during the day, just say to Malcolm, we have one of the poles down in the swim, or one each, whatever, and a keep net. And it's just nice to have something to do. Once your rods are out, there's very little you can do. You're going to sit here and watch the water, but if there's very little you can do, you might as well be having a bit of fun while you're doing it, and have a go for the roach and the pike and things like that. And the roach are pretty special fish in here, to be honest with you. I didn't realise how special they were. It does us a favour as well, because it helps get them out and helps get the fish bigger, water quality better. So it's a win-win for everybody. Alright, as for now, I'm going to wind in. I'm going to make a roast dinner today, so I'm going to go up to the Angler's Lodge, make a roast dinner for me, Ed and Malk, and then come put my rods back out once we've eaten. So I'll put the camera back on when I'm doing that and have a little chat and tell you where we're up to. See you in a bit. Right, Monday evening report as promised. I was going to come back to you yesterday and give you an update on the goings on of yesterday day, but firstly there weren't loads, and secondly the weather was horrendous. It turned yesterday afternoon, well yesterday evening really, and all through the night. I mean, the boat's got that much water in the bottom of it. It rained an awful lot, and then today we've had storms on and off all day. This place is never amazing in the rain, and it hasn't done any favours for me. I haven't caught anything more since that 33 on the first night. Ed had another one last night. He had a nice 30 pound 6 ounce mirror. It wasn't last night actually, it was 6 o'clock this morning. So yeah, he's caught another one. He's had another pike. We had loads more roach. Roach fishing's been brilliant, although it's been a lot slower today, to be fair, but that might be because we've been in and out of the bivvies all day trying to hide from the rain. It has been savage today, really bad. On a brighter note, during one of the many times that I was bivvy bound today, I did see a couple of fish out to the corner. In fact, you can probably see behind me the corner where the bank on the far side goes around the corner, and you can see the reeds coming off. I've seen 3 fish show now off the corner of the reeds there. I could fish that from here if I wanted to, but trouble is I'm pretty sure by the time I get out of my duvet, out of the bivvy, down into the rod, they're going to be in the reeds. I'm fishing probably 3 rod lengths short of that, more actually on the corner in front of me. So hopefully in the hours of darkness they'll feel brave enough to leave them reeds and come around the corner, and you never know, we might get a bite. I've sort of managed to get Malcolm's bait boat working today, which is good, so I feel like at least I'm fishing with some bait round. Last night I ended up fishing with 2 rods on singles because I couldn't get the bait boat working properly. He's lent it to someone out here and they've broke a couple of aerials, and we've tried to fix it, and it's not working brilliant. It's still not working great now, but at least I've got them out there. Still lots of fish showing up the far end around the plateau area, and Ray has just turned up literally half an hour ago. He's just popped down. We've had a beer with him. He's just driven from Holland and he's setting up as we speak, so he's going to be setting up right where them fish are, which means 2 things, hopefully. Firstly, Ray should catch a few, which is good, and secondly, hopefully that'll push some fish out into the middle where Ed's fishing, so then Ed should catch more, so that's good. If I'm really lucky, it might then push some fish down towards me as well. Obviously the flip side to that is it might not, and it could just keep bouncing them backwards and forwards between him and Ray, so we'll see what happens with that one. But yeah, I'm reasonably confident for tonight. I didn't feel confident at all last night, as I was only really fishing 1 rod effectively. The other 2 were just really singles blasted out there and hoping for the best, but I feel like I'm fishing again this evening, so hopefully something will happen. We have now got clear skies, so it might mean a colder night, but it is supposed to be, as the week goes on, it's supposed to be hitting double figures overnight, which will really help as well. So obviously I will keep you informed if we catch any more. I'd like to try and get some fights and things like that on film while we're here, but if they're all in the night time it's a little bit tricky, but I will try. And yeah, other than that, I will keep you updated if anything happens, and if nothing happens between now and tomorrow evening, I'll be back tomorrow evening to let you know why I'm failing, and I'll make up some wonderful excuses. So, see you tomorrow. Tuesday report as promised. I am going to have to be quick, because although it don't look like it on the camera, the light is actually fading pretty fast. But I wanted to do a quick update at the end of today because quite a bit's happened. Not for me, but quite a lot has happened. So, I know I told you yesterday that Ray had turned up and he was getting set up in his swim. He had his rods out for about an hour and he caught one almost straight away. A mirror, 48 pound and 7 ounces, I think it was. I'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure it's 48 pound 7. So that was a really good start for Ray, but he hasn't had anything else since then, and they haven't been showing in front of him since then either, to be fair. They've started moving out into the open water a bit more towards Ed, which leads me on to Ed. So he didn't have anything last night. I didn't have anything last night either, so I'm still just on the one at the moment. I'm really struggling this week. And during the day today at 12 o'clock he caught one, a 27 pound 11 ounce common, which was nice to get a daytime fish. And then literally about an hour ago, so where's it now, 5:30, so about 4:30 he caught another one out on the open water, quite close to where we've seen a fish jump not too long before actually, and that was 24 pound 10 ounces. So they are getting a little bit smaller for Ed, so he's bringing the average size down a little bit, bless him, but he is still catching, which is great. I think he's on 5 now, which is decent. The other thing that I need to report is we weighed the first lot of roach in today and took them over to the farmer's lake across the road. We promised him a load of roach. He bought the lake from me and we promised him a load of roach, so yeah, we started putting some in there for him. The biggest one was 1 pound 2 ounces, so not quite as big as I thought. I thought they were going to be up to sort of 1.5 pounds. But yeah, we caught lots. You'll see in the video here, there's an awful lot of them, and not all of them are that big. Quite a lot of them were teeny little ones, but we caught quite a lot of good ones. And the total weight we are up to so far is 43 pound. Hardly any rain, which is very pleasant considering what it has been like, and it's been quite mild as well considering it's November in a couple of days. But this bay, the bay that I'm fishing in, it looks so good with the wind pushing in here, and it's like I say, it's a mild wind. When we got here it was freezing, and that's when I was thinking this could be a mistake. But yet the first night when it was freezing I caught one down here, and since then I haven't seen a fish down the bay. Yesterday I put all 3 rods out with Malk's bait boat and sort of got it working-ish. Someone borrowed it, broke the aerials, and now the GPS is playing up. Today it was playing up again, so what I've done today is I've gone out in the actual rowboat, baited up all 3 of my spots, not as heavy as I normally would. The right hand rod I've put a fair bit over, probably 5 kilo of particle and maybe 1 kilo of boilies. The middle rod I've just done probably maybe 2 kilo of particle and 50-60 boilies, and the same on the left hand rod. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's where we're up to. Now I'm going to go and make us some dinner, and Ed's still float fishing away for the last half an hour or so of light we've got, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll get one in the night and I'll be able to turn the camera on in the night to film it and show you it. But I am struggling. This is by far and away the worst I've ever done fishing on here. It's been a struggle, but Ed's catching a few and that's good, and Ray's had a good one, so hopefully I'll be able to turn it round. If not, as long as Ed keeps catching, I don't mind. So yeah, as long as one of us is catching a few, it's all right. Hopefully I'll see you in the night. If not, the next update will obviously be at some stage tomorrow. Until then, well, I'm not going to lie, I was starting to have a bit of a panic. That's the longest I've ever gone here without a bite before. But it is 11 o'clock and my middle rod's just gone off, and I've caught this rather lovely original mirror. It's not huge, 24.5 pound, but these originals are just something a little bit special. The fact that when I got the lake they were all sort of 9 to 14 pound, so they're not like the fastest growers in the world either, but they've got these teeny little pearly scales, as you'll see in a minute, and yeah, they're really awesome looking fish. 24.5 pound, and after 2 nights of not catching anything, pretty thrilled. And it was after I'd put quite a lot of bait in, so that's pleased me as well. I've gone back to my usual tactics, putting a fair bit of bait in, and it's paid off. means the world to me, this 24.5 pounder. Anyway, let's show you. There you go. I hope that light's not too bright on here. There we go. 24.5 pound. Ran straight into the reeds, but I just held on tight and walked backwards and he came straight out, no fuss. Good boy. Or I'll probably say good girl, judging by the shape. Right, I'll spin it round, show you the other side, then I'll get it back. Here we go. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Angry, aren't you? Yeah, there we go. It looks well good in the sunshine. Your face looks literally bright red like a tomato, but other than that, this is well good. 28 pounds, 11 ounces. Yeah, 11. That is mint. Yeah, man. Okay. Am I even recording? Yeah, I am. Alright. Okay, it is update time. I'm a little bit behind schedule. It is Thursday today, so I missed a day. Basically ended up chopping out a load of trees and things out of my swim that were hanging over and they were in the way. They were stopping you being able to get the rod tip up. And it's one of those jobs where I thought, yeah, it's only a couple of branches, and I've ended up moving so much stuff. Gave us a good fire last night, which was decent, but anyway, because I got carried away with that, I didn't do any filming yesterday. So where are we up to? Ed is now on 10 fish, so he's doing really well, other than the fact that the sizes haven't been brilliant. I'm on 3 and I've lost one. I had a bite on my left hand rod fishing 22 wraps down into the bay, so it's not tight up against the damn wall in the bay, and yeah, it ramped off. Played it in for a little while and it felt heavy, but probably because it was going through something, because the next thing you know I wound it back and only had half my rig left, so it's cut through on mussels or flint or something, I don't know. That was 1:45 in the morning, so yeah, you get up in the middle of the night. But anyway, yeah, so but I did have another one in the evening, 34 pounds something or other, 34 something. Ed's biggest is still the 35 at the moment. Yeah, so realistically, I mean, between us we've had 13 fish, and I'm not trying to make myself sound better, he's had 10 of them, I've had 3. But the sizes should be so much better than they are. Yeah, we've been very, very unlucky, especially Ed. To have 10 fish and not to have fish over 40 pound is ridiculous. You know, that realistically nowadays in here, 1 in 4 or 5 fish is probably over 40, so to have 10 and not have one over 35 pound is incredible, really. But he don't care, he's just absolutely loving catching fish, and he's still catching the roach and all that sort of thing, so he's having a brilliant time. But I would really like him to catch a good one. And other than that, I have, where it has been so slow, I have now resorted to using 4 rods. I've put a 4th rod out. I basically last night in the night I heard one show, it sounded like a good fish, and it was quite tight to the damn wall down to my left, but further towards me, partly the reason why I cleared all them trees as well, because obviously you can't get down there, you can now. So anyway, I've put a 4th rod out and I've put it down there and only about a rod length off of the damn wall, still in 5.5 feet of water, and it's nice and gravelly and clean. But so we'll see if that produces anything. So anyway, that is where I'm up to today. That's where Ed's up to, and that's where Ray's up to. Tomorrow we have Matty and Nick turning up, 2 of Malk's buddies, and they come out here and help do some work on the lake, and that, really lovely guys. So yeah, they'll be turning up tomorrow and replacing Ray, and hopefully they'll get in amongst the fish as well. So I will come back to you tomorrow, and let's just hope there's been some more action after this. Hello guys and gals, and welcome to Friday. Right, where are we up to? Matt and Nick turned up, and on the first night Nick's lost one. He's fishing in frogs. He lost one. He got cut off around between the pads and the plateau. There's another hump that comes up, and I'm guessing he probably lost one around that. I don't know. Matty's gone straight in where Ray was in plateau swim, and he's caught two. He's had a 19 odd common, I think, which must be one that's come through, and a 35-pound mirror. So both had bites on the first night. Strangely, Ed didn't catch anything at all last night, and I did, which is absolutely bizarre considering how it's been going. And I say last night, I actually caught one this morning about 8:30, 8:15, which was really nice to catch one in the full daylight and things. It was only an original, one of the small originals. I say small, 24. God, I wrote it down. 24 pound 12 ounces, I think it might have been. Or was it 23? Anyway, it was around 23 or 24 pound. And then I shot out to the shops to stock up on bits and pieces. And by the time I got back, Ed had caught another one, 34 pounds something. So he's on 11 now, but still, how on earth he's avoiding big fish, I don't know, really don't know, but we'll see what happens. We've got best part of 48 hours to go, so hopefully in that time one of us is going to have a good one. We both had fish up to mid-30, which is good, but you know what I mean, realistically with that amount of fish we should have caught some big ones. Only one thing I have changed. I'm still fishing with 4 rods, but my right hand rod, instead of fishing it out on that corner, it's done the best part of a week with nothing on there, so I've now decided to bring that back short. It's fishing at 11 wraps, sort of halfway in the bay, to see if anything is coming in and out of the bay. I always assume that anything comes in and out of this bay, they come around the far margin, but then they should be passing that corner rod, and it hasn't gone off, so I've tried bringing it back short for a night and see what happens with that. Ed has moved his right hand rod as well now up sort of in front of Dutch, because there's been fish showing there at 30 odd yards out in front of that. I should say he lost one last night as well. Someone had left a marker, made up a marker float, tied it with a bit of line to a heavy lead to have as a permanent marker out in the lake, which I hate. We're going to stop people using things like that next year. No H blocks and permanent markers. We're going to have marker poles. What else is there? Is that everything? I've just gone and got some meat, no idea what it is. It's pork of some description, ribs and a bit of pork. And I'm going to stick a load of sauce all over it and stuff now, and some spices, and leave it for a few hours, and then tonight we're going to have that in the cob, so that'll be good. I think that brings me up to date. We're now it's just gone lunchtime, so the bite times have been bizarre. We've had bites pretty much at every hour of the day at some stage during the last few days. It's been mad. Today bites at 8 and 10 a.m. And the other day Ed had a bite at 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's just been very, very strange. There's not a bite time at the moment. It could just literally happen at any second, which is very, very odd for here anyway. But at least we've been getting a few in the day in the last 2 or 3 days, which is good. Anyway, I'm just waffling on now, so I'm going to go and get myself sorted out, get this meat all sorted out for dinner tonight. I might even do a little bit of filming and show you what it looks like at the end, unless it's a complete and utter disaster, which is hugely possible. Good morning, guys and gals. It is the last morning, unfortunately. I didn't do a report yesterday as I promised, I'm afraid, because I ended up trying to fix the ride-on mower, which turned out to be a 15-minute job, but I managed to make it take 2.5 hours because I took a load of stuff apart that I didn't need to in the end. That's boring, isn't it? Anyway, so the night before last is the report I've got to do first. I unfortunately lost one on the full frod I put out, so I'm back down to 3 rods because I gave up on that. I put one down on the damn wall, had a bite on it about 8:20 in the evening, felt like a really good fish. Long and short, went for a snag, got in the boat, went all the way down there, and I felt the fish pull out, and then all of a sudden I could see my pop-up swirling around and what have you. So, yep, lost that one. That was brilliant. But on a brighter note, that night was a good night for Ed. Ed caught a 46-pound 11-ounce mirror in the night, so he had a good one, which I'm really pleased about. I'm really pleased that we've had a good one between us, but I'm really chuffed it was him, to be honest with you. I've got plenty of time to come back and have a go, but he don't get to come out that often, so yeah, I was really, really pleased for Ed. And it was a really awesome looking fish, lovely, like mint condition. And the following day, he also followed that up with another 30, I think it was 32 something, I can't remember. It might have even been 34, anyway, 30 something. And Matt and Nick did their first couple of nights. They've done their first couple of nights, and they've had, I think Matt's on 3 up to 35 pound, and Nick's had 1, which I think was a 30 pounder. So they've not had any big ones yet, but I'm sure they will do. There's plenty of fish still up that end of the lake, so it's looking good for them, and they've obviously got the rest of the week to go, whereas we've got to go and leave them today. In saying that, I've still had a wicked time. I've had a good social with Ed. We've eaten well. We've seen some lovely things, lovely sunsets, lovely sunrises, as you do. Seen an awful lot of rain. So yeah, I have had a lovely time, and already I can't wait to come back. I'll probably be back out in January, and I'll get the rods out as long as the lake don't freeze like it has the last 2 Januaries I've come out. But I'll be out for work predominantly anyway, so I'll only be fishing the nights again then, but hopefully I'll get a couple, and I'll probably try and make another little film then, I want to try and do some more regular updates out here really, because I don't do enough filming and stuff out here when I'm out here. So rather than waffling on, I'm going to say goodbye. I'm just about to pack up and wind in. Ed's going to keep his rods out for another couple of hours because I've got to go and fix the water tank before I go, so he's got a couple of hours longer, so you never know, fingers crossed he'll get one and I'll be able to put one last fish on the video. If not, sorry that it's all a bit disjointed, this video, what with the weather and having to do jobs in the days, it's been a little bit hard to keep the regular updates, so apologise if it's a little bit naff, but at least it gives you an idea of what's happening over here and how the fish are doing and things like that. And yeah, hopefully I'll try and get some filming done in England. If not, it will be January when I'm back on here. So until then, tight lines, take care, and I will hopefully see you guys soon.